guys! So I recently asked on Twitter and Tumblr and Facebook and in my last video what kind of advice that you guys would want to hear from me, and pretty much the like general theme of all of the questions had to do with like college and like what to do after college. What do I do with my life? Kind of existential crisis. And I don't know why you guys thought I was the most qualified person to answer that question. Like, what do you do with your life now that you're done with college? I don't know. I mean, I graduated college, almost 4 years ago. In 2011, I graduated with a degree in communications, and I've been working at Lush for 2 years, and I worked at a children's clothing store 2 years before that. I haven't really done anything with my degree, for all intents and purposes. So I haven't quite figured out what to do with my life. Like, I'm still trying to answer that question 3-4 years later. So for all of you who are like seniors in college or even seniors in high school, it's gonna take a while. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're not gonna know what the fuck to do when you get out. If you are lucky enough to have like a position once you get out of college, like if you had a really good internship and then you like get to work for that company, that's fantastic. You are in the minority here. You are few and far between, and I am jealous of your life. But I think if you're at that point where you're like, what do I do now? Do I go to grad school? Do I travel? Do I look for work? Do I take a break? What do I do? I mean, you really can't necessarily take a break after college because you have to like start paying back student loans. Or if you're living with your parents, they're gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing now? You need to do something with your life. I was lucky enough to live with my parents until I moved here. So if you're in that same situation, take advantage of it. Please, for the love of God, take advantage of it if your parents will let you, and get a job that maybe you don't have to commute very far to save up if you haven't found like a position at like a career job yet. Stay with them as long as you can milk it out of them to save money, because you're not gonna have a lot of money once you have to start living on your own if you haven't been living on your own already. I mean, it's kind of worrying that it's just a general thing for our generation to be like terrified about what to do with their life after they get out of college, because they've been kind of programmed to think that they deserve so much, but then once they get out of college, it's really hard to get what they think that they deserve. So you're either stuck at like a shitty job, like working retail, just for example, or just doing something that you're not passionate about, or you're stuck working at a job you're really passionate about as an intern for free. So basically the most important thing to remember if you're having this like existential crisis, like what do I do with my life? You're not the only person feeling that way. Like literally every other person in your position is feeling that way, even if they have a position at a job that they were lucky enough to get. I'm still feeling that way. Like, I'm on a constant basis looking and searching for jobs and applying for jobs and trying to find something that I really, really want to do and that I'm really, really passionate about, because as much as I love working for Lush and as much as I love making videos, that doesn't make me a lot of money, and I want to do something with my degree because I don't want to go back to grad school, and I want to be able to live comfortably and travel if I want to. So if you're at the point like after high school and maybe you haven't started college yet, but you are lucky enough to maybe like have time to travel, do it. Right now I am working minimum wage in Seattle, and that's really hard, and there's a lot of people doing the exact same thing. So don't feel like that you're the only person feeling like that. Please don't feel like you are an outsider, and don't feel like you're a failure, because if you're a failure, then we're all failures. So that's fun. Okay. So that's my 2 cents on existential crises. Basically the biggest piece of advice, if your parents will let you stay with them as long as you can, rent-free, do that. Because that has saved my life over the last 3 years, because I literally just moved out, and while it sucks having to live with your parents and it sucks having to follow rules to an extent, it saves you so much money, and it saves you so much money, and you don't have to worry about so many things when you live with your parents. But don't feel ashamed about living with your parents, because there's so many people my age, older than me, that still would live with their parents. Just do what feels best for you, and don't feel like you have to bow down to what anybody else says about what you're supposed to do after college, because everybody's college, everybody's life is different and everybody's circumstances are different. So there's not one thing that you have to do once you're out of school. Because I know a lot of people that have taken totally different routes and they're all really happy and they're all really successful just emotionally in their lives, and they are living the way they want to, and it's great. I hope that was somehow helpful, but that's my 2 cents about life and what do you do with your life now that you're done with school. I don't know is the short answer. If you have any more things that you would like me to give advice on, because I am so good at it, leave it in the comments, because I would like to keep making videos just talking about like life experience and being more productive rather than just like, these are new things that are really cool so you should buy them and stuff, because I don't think that's that productive. Today's song of the day, I have one, is Back to You by Sisters. It is a local duo, actually not 2 girls, it's a girl and a guy, but they're called Sisters. And they have this really, really great song called Back to You. It's like super kind of poppy, almost R&B, but it's really, really fun, and they're super cool live and really awesome people. Friends of friends. Not friends of mine, but like friends of mine. But that track is really awesome, and they're actually on like Starbucks playlist now, which is pretty fucking cool. I'm gonna go pack stuff. I am not staying here tonight.